what about all of this I've been hearing on Gut Talk and through different podcasts? What is actually true? Why do I need to take apple cider vinegar? Like, do digestive enzymes really help? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and this is my journey about overcoming IBS and the holistic health journey that I'm on. So I was officially diagnosed with IBS in 2021, but have been experiencing symptoms since I returned home from a study abroad program in Italy in the beginning of 2020. On this channel, I talk about my journey, including all of my symptoms, all of my appointments that I've gone to, the tests that I've done, and a lot of health hacks and health myths that I've tried that may or may not work for some people. And so we last left off, I was looking for a naturopathic doctor in New York City, and I was able to find one that really fit my needs and what I want the rest of my health journey to look like. So today I want to talk about what exactly that appointment looked like and how we want to move forward together. If you want to look at how to find a functional medicine or naturopathic doctor within your area, I made a video on exactly what website to use and what questions you can ask your potential doctor before you begin working with them. My first appointment was an hour and a half long. That is very typical whenever you work with a naturopathic or a functional medicine doctor. We did take a deep dive into my journey, when my symptoms started, how long have they been going on for, what do they look like now, and what is my current lifestyle now. What it all comes down to is calming down inflammation in my body, increasing the diversity of my gut microbiome, and healing this strong imbalance between the good bacteria in my gut, which is hardly anything, and the bad bacteria, which is way overwhelming. She was really interested to learn more about my gut microbiome test that I took with my last holistic chiropractor, and also how my body was feeling whenever I was on different supplements targeting candida overgrowth and then also doing the candida diet. I actually was feeling the best I'd felt in a few years whenever I was on the candida diet. It's because it took out all sugars and carbs and alcohol and caffeine from my diet to starve and kill off the pesky yeast fungus that was overgrowing within my gut. So while I was feeling better for a 3-month period, I told her this and I emphasized that I really didn't like being on such a restrictive diet. I felt like I couldn't be myself in a day-to-day, and yes, I was the best I was physically because I wasn't just bloated and inflamed. I noticed like my face slimmed down, my stomach slimmed down, like I was physically fit, but mentally I just didn't feel like myself. I felt like I couldn't live my life to the fullest, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do in life, which was eat and enjoy life and enjoy being in the moment. I emphasized how I don't really want to go on such a restrictive diet, but we learned that I may have a trigger food because I was responding so well to cutting out like gluten and dairy and caffeine. So one of the things we want to start me on is an elimination diet. This is testing gluten, dairy, soy, corn, citrus, and eggs. So I'm going to eat a bunch of that food within 1 day and then not eat it for the next 3 days and see how my symptoms are. You know, do I get a headache? Do I get bloated? Do I have problems going to the bathroom? If I do have symptoms following that, then I know that food will be a trigger for me. She also gave me some more dietary recommendations to help support my gut microbiome. I feel like this is stuff you hear over and over again, and you're like, oh, I'm so exhausted of hearing you drink more water and eat more greens, but honestly, this is the stuff that's really going to help, and you have to remain consistent about it. So of course she told me to drink 8 cups of water a day. She actually talked about drinking lemon water in the morning with a splash of apple cider vinegar, which I found so interesting because you see it on Gut Health Talk, and I never believed that. But it's just supposed to give you like a little boost in the mornings and really support your liver and detoxification. Eating 4 cups of dark leafy greens every day. Also drinking 2 to 4 cups of bone broth, which we've all heard about bone broth in the past, having it be this like miracle drug for your gut microbiome. And really it is. It has so much micronutrients in it, like magnesium, zinc, selenium, it has L-glutamine. It really helps to heal the lining of your gut, which is usually disrupted whenever you do have things like dysbiosis or candida overgrowth. With bone broth, she does want me to start making my own, which I love cooking and I love food, so that's definitely an easy thing for me to do. I haven't found a great recipe for it yet, so if you know of any, please comment about it, or I'm going to experiment and then also post a recipe. We also talked about incorporating more probiotic and prebiotic rich foods into my diet, so she wants me to eat 1 to 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut every day, which good thing I like it. And we also talked about kombucha. I was like, oh, does kombucha actually help? And the thing is, you just have to limit how much you take. Those 16-ounce bottles you see are not good for you because they have like so much sugar. You don't need to drink the whole bottle of kombucha. Just have like a quarter cup of it in the morning, and then make sure you eat prebiotic rich foods. You can have oatmeals, you can have bananas, you can have apples, something like that to help really feed on those probiotics that you're drinking. Another thing we talked about too was apple cider vinegar for a meal. Again, this is something else I've seen on Gut Talk. I've heard about it on podcasts, like taking apple cider vinegar before you eat, and I'm like, okay, is that bullshit? Does it actually help? Apparently, it really does help to balance your blood sugar before you eat a meal, especially a meal that is super rich in carbs. So if you drink a shot of apple cider vinegar, definitely dilute it. I don't know anyone who could take it straight up, but I'll dilute about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Take it about 30 minutes before a meal along with a digestive enzyme. Help to not spike my blood sugar level, and that's what's also contributing to just inflammation within my body. We talked about infrared saunas a couple times a week for 30 minutes to an hour. The infrared lights just penetrate deeper into your tissue. Sitting in that infrared sauna, allowing your body to sweat is really going to help with detoxification, especially because we know I have a buildup of estrogen within my body and some hormonal imbalances. One thing I'm going to do before those infrared sauna appointments is drink a ton of water before and a ton of water after, but not during. And then I'm also going to take more Epsom salt baths, again, just helping my body to detox. Lastly, we're taking a SIBO breath test. This is a test for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I have tested negative for it in the past, but it was only a 20-minute test out of my primary care doctor's office, and it didn't show me anything. The test I'm going to be taking now is an at-home 3-hour breath test. I will need a fast for at least 12 hours before, and it's really intense, so I'm making sure I'm doing it in the best way possible because I don't want a false negative. So that was a lot, but yeah, I was really excited to share my findings with you all because I think it just confirmed a lot of what I was already feeling about my gut health. Like, we know there's an imbalance, we know there's an inflammation, we know my body isn't detoxifying properly, but what exactly can we do? And what about all of this I've been hearing on Gut Talk and through different podcasts? What is actually true? And so it was really interesting for her to confirm that, and I was able to ask her straight up, like, hey, why do I need to take apple cider vinegar? Like, do digestive enzymes really help? Things like that. I think she also just really helped to confirm that all of these other symptoms I'm experiencing, such as hormonal imbalances, PMS, migraines, acne, also things like anxiety, depression, my stress, where is that coming from? I asked her. I said, I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg, am I stressed and anxious and that's what's causing my gut issues? Is it the other way around? And same with my hormonal imbalance. And what she really came back on was I just have a complete disruption within my gut microbiome. And really it's been like the overuse of antibiotics, processed foods, heavy drinking, stress, birth control, like those have been the main driver of why all these other symptoms are coming to play. So I absolutely love how she's looking at this from a holistic perspective. I mean, that's what naturopathic and functional medicine doctors do. But again, it just really reaffirms everything I think I've been telling myself, especially because I didn't know if I needed to do further testing, but no, it's supporting the root issue, which is my gut microbiome and my digestive disorders. That's going to allow the rest of my body to function properly. So in a way, I'm relieved that it all comes back to my gut. Not relieved that I have gut issues. I would much rather live a life without it, but I'm just relieved that I've been able to actually get an answer that's more than, hey, you just have IBS. We don't know what caused it. There's nothing you can do. Like, nobody wants to hear an answer like that. So there's a lot of relief in knowing I know what's wrong with me and I'm on this journey towards healing. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. Like, if you're here for a quick health video and like you can change your symptoms overnight, like, this is not the journey that I'm on. And I think if you are experiencing gut issues, it's probably not the journey you're going to be on, which don't want that to be discouraging at all for anyone. You can get better. There are ways to heal your body. It really does just take time. It takes the right doctor, it takes the right protocol, and then it also takes the ability for you to advocate for yourself too. I know it's going to be a long path ahead, but that's part of it, you know? It's the journey that we're on. It's the journey towards healing, and I think health is never really an ending process. It's not like I want to be healthy for 5 years so I can be unhealthy for 65 years. It's like I'm always going to be on this journey towards bettering my health and my overall well-being while I am doing these things that may seem like they're hindering my life, such as elimination diet. I have to make sure I'm taking these supplements every day. In reality, it's such a short time period of my life where I'm going to have to do something like this compared to what's to come. And I would much rather have what's to come, instead of just being unhealthy during the most youthful part of my life. I know I'm going to be able to overcome my IBS. And it's definitely going to be a journey, but we're here for the ride of it. I find that starting this protocol, my symptoms are going to be much more manageable than even where they were 2 years ago. I feel really grateful that I have the ability to do that so young. And I hope it empowers you to do the same. And thanks so much for watching this video. Again, I have my whole story listed here. And then I also have how to find a functional medicine or naturopathic doctor within your area. And stay tuned for how my SIBO test, my elimination diet goes, and then also my next consultation. Bye. So I'm really happy with how my first consultation went, and I'll be having my next consultation soon. So I'll definitely keep you posted on that next consultation.